This is an all-hands-on-deck rescue operation. Noblesville fire officials tell me that a 22-year-old man is trapped in the trench that you see behind me. You guys ready? Woo! Let's get this party started. We just spoke with IMPD officers, and they tell us that where we're at right now, one man has died here at the scene, and another man is in critical condition who was shot just blocks away from where we're at right now. We've been trying to make it fun by trying to, toss a couple half Gatorade bottles. Can it make it? Oh, I made it. Can you believe it? I made it. I'm going to leave it on that one. I'm not going to try again. I cannot believe it. Take a walk with me just feet across the street. You can see there's still homes like this that are still destroyed and just covered with debris. Police telling us that they also have at least 2 people detained at this hour that they're still questioning. And the men and women that you see here behind the crime scene tape, there are people that have to stay on scene until police can question them as witnesses. So again, still a very active scene here this morning on Indy's northwest side. 3 victims transported. We're going to work to see if we can get some more information. We'll be sure to bring on the latest. Well, the damage speaks for itself here at Bluff Creek Golf Course. A pickup truck completely melted to its core. Shattered glass still remains on the ground, and 2 mowers completely unrecognizable. And now the owner of this golf course tells me he wants whoever started this fire to be held accountable. Surveillance video at the golf course captures the moment that pickup truck and 2 mowers burst into flames shortly after 5 Sunday morning. 2001 Dodge truck of mine. We used it to pick up materials and everything. Steve Nieper has owned Blue Creek Golf Course since 1997.
It's frustrating.
Nieper believes it was multiple people who committed the crime. Not only did they set one fire, but another further back on the course.
We pretty much lost our transformer, our VFDs, our controllers to all the sprinkling system and the irrigation system.
On top of that, Nieper says the suspects damaged multiple holes and golf carts, damages that will take a toll on the course.
We're anywhere between the $50,000 to $60,000 range of damage. We have to redo our lines. Somehow this has got heated up and it's broke this off.
And he plans to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Putting cameras on the barn. We'll have them throughout the golf course, too.
In the meantime, Nieper hopes whoever vandalized their hard work gets caught.
It's pretty much arson, so, this was done on purpose.
Now, the Bargersville Police Department is investigating this incident. Meanwhile, the golf course says they are offering a $500 reward to anyone who has information that may lead to an arrest in this case. Reporting in Greenwood, I'm Matthewgfultz, 13 News. Right now, I'm surrounded by what used to be this home behind me. You can see the roof now laying in the backyard. And I actually spoke with the man who says he was inside the home when the storm rolled through and debris went flying.
As soon as I got to the hallway, the roof ripped off, the 2 walls just caved in on me, and I rode it out there.
Justin Dobbs describes the frightening moments of survival after a possible tornado ripped his home to pieces here in Selma, Indiana.
I really can't get no place in there.
Thursday night.
We didn't hear no siren, just the wind started picking up and our lights went out, so I started looking for the cats, and then I heard a window break, and then the roof just ripped off the house.
Dobbs was among dozens of people along Jackson Street who were lucky enough to live through the strong winds from the storm.
Just like the metal in the trees.
Delaware County emergency officials say more than half of the town's structures were damaged in the storm.
It took less than a minute to do this damage.
Sharon Smith says she and her husband were watching the storm before running inside their home.
First saw some rotation and then heard the roar. And we could see the rain swirling.
Now the cleanup process begins as dozens of local residents chip in to clear wood and debris. Power companies now surveying the damage, working to restore power to hundreds of customers here in Selma. For now, they're just counting their blessings. Things weren't worse.
I just thank God. It's amazing, especially to come out with no injuries.
Pray for Winchester, pray for Selma. We are good. We will be fine. We'll come back.
Reporting in Delaware County, Matthewgfultz, 13 News. This is how James Willoughby starts his workday, 5 times a week with the turn of a key.
Yes, I work every day, sometimes Saturday, but I volunteer Sunday sometimes too if it's allowed.
The willingness to work 7 days a week at this East Side warehouse, making the most of his second shot at life.
This is the longest job I've ever held down. It's because if there's more people like me, if like you feel like you're the outcast, you don't fit in nowhere, this is your spot. This is where you belong, is right here.
It's here at Volume Mod where James feels like it's his second home, a construction company that builds modular homes across Indianapolis.
Our big goal is to restore hope, and we see that done on the factory floor on a daily basis.
Ethan Firmhaber is the CEO of Volume Mod. He says they've hired more than 100 formerly incarcerated people in the last 2 years. According to the Indiana Department of Corrections, more than 1,700 people were released from behind bars in Marion County last year.
These individuals that the community often pushes away, we invite in, and they're almost 50% of our workforce.
But some of the other percentage of this workforce are people like James, overcoming drug addiction.
I was an addict since I was 12 years old.
James says he spent most of his life in and out of recovery programs.
When I got into my 20s, it was meth. And when I got into my early 30s, it was the needle.
It wasn't until nearly a year ago when he found a Christ-based facility that led him to a job opportunity here at Volume Mod, taking him from earning nothing to a livable income.
Well, I could be dead out here in these streets. Like, this place has really made my life worth living. It's given my children a father. You know, these shirts say creator on them. We're not just creating houses here. We're creating futures.
Creating futures one day at a time. A future this father of two hopes will include inspiring others to turn their life around as well.
It's a true surrenderance to the Lord, and just develop accountability. Know you have to change. You're not going to change until you're ready.
Reporting on Indy's East Side, I'm Matthewgfultz, 13 News.